Hunger Games, Ballad of Songbirds. I love it. Hunger Games. Hey, you know what? Hunger Games 2023.
Somebody was a hero.
Yeah, that was a lot, man. That's a heck of a title. Anyway, this movie was really good. Let's just start off right there. It's been a long time since we've had a Hunger Games installment, and this serves as a prequel to the trilogy cut in half, turned into a quadruple. This is a series that is actually close and dear to me. I've read all the books. Of course, I consumed all of the movies. I'm really a big fan of the Hunger Games. And to me, this prequel did not disappoint at all. Kind of makes you want to go back and watch the other films. I recently seen them in the last 4 or 5 months, so I'm pretty sure I'm not going to go revisit them anytime soon. However, it does make you start thinking. It's very logical to follow President Snow, his childhood, and what the role that he played in all of this. I could say that at the beginning of the film, I was kind of weary. I was like, oh man, I don't know. Maybe they're gonna mess it up, because it started off like this. It opens up with baby Snow and his sister, and they're foraging for something out in the wilderness. But at the beginning, it said it was 3 years prior, I believe, to the first Hunger Games. And then all of a sudden, we meet Snow as a teenager, and it's saying Hunger Games had been going on for like 10 years. I think his name is Peter Dinklage had said that, and I was just like, and that's not poor writing at all, don't get me wrong. That was more so like poor editing. You literally just said this, and then you don't even give like a black screen. You just literally say 3 years prior, immediately run to a next thing, and it's just something totally different. And I guess we could get the context clues, but it's just kind of poor editing. Editing has a lot to do with making a good film, and I just kind of thought it was poor editing, just in that part. Because please don't take me wrong at all. The movie was phenomenal, in my opinion, and I know others are going to say, I'm pretty sure they're going to be like, it was okay. I'm pretty sure, because the critics, man, they're critics. But me, I thought the movie was absolutely phenomenal. In a lot of ways, I believe that this installment was one of the better ones to the franchise as a whole. It really gives you some emotion. It really played on certain themes, and it really creates the conversation of a future that could be like that. Or better yet, it invites you to think about yourself, especially as Americans, how we can view war. And when we have a couple wars going on now that's pretty major, and it makes you wonder how we view wars, and from a distance, because we've been privileged enough to see these wars from a distance, and how we think that we are above it all, in a sense, or we can't be touched. So, and in that standpoint, it's as if we are the capital. And then it takes you even further and makes you think, was that what the writer intended the entire time? Like, in a sense, right? Because there's always like those hidden themes that authors are trying to portray in their works, and this was one of them. Man, it made you wonder: Are we really in the position of the capitalists? And do we view the districts as the rest of the world, as if they are beneath us? It felt as if we were getting two films in one, I'll say. And again, this is something that you would definitely have to go see. When you get the build up, to the Hunger Games, you get the Hunger Games, and you also get the aftermath of the Hunger Games. The actor Tom Blythe was actually very convincing as President Snow, a young President Snow, I would say. To have the humble beginnings be portrayed in this film, to see that there was humanity in him at one point, and if you really pay attention, you can see where it started to twist for him. I know that we saw a lot of Rachel Zegler's portrayal of Lucy Gray in the trailers, but for all intents and purposes, this movie was about young President Snow. Even though it was about Snow, she is on my radar. This young lady did a hell of a job, and can sing too. She brought that "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou" vibes And man, she killed those songs, man. And the songwriting was phenomenal. You can really tell they really took their time with this. Perfect writing, in my opinion. I'm not talking about just the songwriting. I'm talking about story. This was perfect writing. And don't get me wrong, I understand that they had a lot to go off of to be able to do it, but man, they did it. Viola Davis plays the game maker in here, and whoo, man, listen. She plays this role as if she is shooting for super villain of the year. She brought it out. She really did. And the makeup artist, let's give them a hand clap, man. Viola Davis is not, I'm not going to say she's a beautiful woman. I'm not going to say that. Nowhere near it. They somehow made her look worse. I'm trying to say this in a good way. They somehow made her look worse. And man, they did it. God, they did it in her portrayal. Just the two of them together, man. The two of that aspect together, rather, the portrayal and the makeup. It was really, really good. Don't miss this, man. Don't miss this. Don't get to hollering about yeah, I'm too busy. No, go see this. Go see this film, man. If you like Hunger Games, do not, and I repeat, do not miss this. Heck, if you don't like Hunger Games, let this be the introduction to Hunger Games for you.